I'm gonna try this again. Hey guys, how's it going? And I don't know who's gonna see this, but my first time, you won't believe it, my phone overheated. I told you guys that would happen. The purpose of this video is to say I can't believe that I got to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm honored and thank you. And I started this channel, and if anybody comes in, I might end up repeating this. So if you're watching this on a replay and I repeat myself, that's why. But anyways, I started my channel a long time ago, actually, like a wicked long time ago. And I started it because I got a Note 4 like we're talking years ago, and it did 4K video, which was a completely novel new thing at the time. And I thought, oh cool, I can take some 4K video and I can send that out to the internet. So, I'm with my cat. I got a black cat out here. Somebody's in the channel. Hey, AA 2018. My black cat's mad at this butterfly or something. Anyway, so I started my channel way back years ago, like probably 3-4 years ago. And I had a Note 4, took 4K videos, so I made a channel called Las Vegas in 4K. And my idea was I would go to the casinos and take 4K video, and I would be a big hit on YouTube because 4K was so novel. And then I realized nobody had the ability to watch those videos because nobody had a 4K screen. I mean, back then a 4K TV was worth like $8 grand. Anyhow, I started on January 1st of this year. By the way, if you're watching this, obviously 1,000 subscribers plus, ask me a question. I'll answer it for you. Vegas question, personal, not too personal. I did this video. It was a hyperlapse, but it wasn't really a hyperlapse. All I did was I mounted my phone in my car. I drove with my wife on New Year's Day from right outside Prump, where the Blue Diamond Road is, all the way to Vegas, all the way down the Strip. And I thought, oh, that's cool, but nobody watched it, of course. But then I was like, I love making YouTube videos. I've made channels before. Maybe I can say some stuff that people like. And I'd seen Jacob's channel. He's the big giant one. The big giant behemoth, the beast. And I was like, well, I could talk about Vegas. So I try to talk about Vegas. But anyways, my point is this, man. Thank you so much. And, oh, look at that. You're filming my backyard with my gardens now. Oops. And there's my black cat. And he likes butterflies. Anyways, my point was this, right? I can make videos about Vegas that show people a different side of the city. And I've been working like marketing and timeshare for a really long time. Like I have a lot of different things I've seen in the past, and I tried making videos like that, but it just didn't help people enough. So I realized you have to help people. That's it. If you guys want to ask a question, you can. I mean, 3 people are watching. I don't suspect, with my channel being so small, I'm going to get a lot of people that are going to want to ask a question. But if you want to ask a question, you can. Hey, Timothy, I know you were on my last one, dude. You know what happened, Timothy? My channel died. My phone died. I got a message about it shutting down due to heat. You know, like that video I said. Can you go over the utility prices? Okay, hey, wait, hold on. Hey, if you get a chance, whoops. If you get a chance, stream from First Friday and show visitors where to park and what goes on there. If I can, man, First Friday is a big event downtown. If you guys don't know what it is, it happens the first Friday of every single month. It's like a little art show. And my wife is doing her paper flower wall business. And it might be good for us to go down there. So yeah, and can you go over utility prices? I'm not used to this chat, by the way. I'll go all messages are available. Can I go over utility prices? How much is the average electricity bill during the summer and the winter? I hear people, you asked this in another video, and I said I would definitely go over it. So I can tell you right now, my monthly water bill for 2 people living in a house in Vegas, 1,600 square feet, is about $50 to $60 a month, and it's summertime, and I don't have a lot of grass. That's about the only grass I have, and it's not super lush because I don't care to keep it super lush and green. But I do water my vegetables. I have plants over there that we potted some vegetables, and I gotta chase my cat to make sure it doesn't do anything stupid. So $50 to $60 a month for water. I'm on a deal with NV Energy, so I have a monthly thing where I don't have to worry about the bill jacking out of control. But if I wasn't on that, it's averaged out to like $59 a month. But if I wasn't on that, it'd be about $80, $150 in the summertime, maybe 40 or 50 in the wintertime. I carried over my old utility rates. As for gas bill, $25 a month for our 1,600 square foot place. Yeah, you do hear stories about people that have all their air conditioning blowing all the time. You can see an air conditioning on that roof. That house will have 2 of them. And some people crank their stuff down to 75, 74 degrees. It's really, really cold. So that gives you an idea right there. Let's see if I can get the chat to come up. Welcome to chat. No, that's YouTube. So yeah, I mean, I guess all I'm saying is thank you guys so much for watching my channel. Go Knights go. And I don't know, man, I just am honored that I managed to get to 1,000. And my ultimate long-term goal would be to be able to travel to the Philippines with my wife and show people the world from a perspective of somebody who's been in Vegas. And these are just me blah blah blahing, trying to come up with stuff to say. There's a blue arrow on the screen. Okay, it's not any new comments. The last time I did a live stream, it was like 30 minutes long. At some point I had 13, 14 people in it. All I can say is, like, you know, I don't know if I'll get to even 2,000 subscribers. I have no clue. You tell me what you think. This is rosemary, by the way. Yeah, you can just pluck that off and eat it. What area do you live in? Summerlin or Paradise area or Spring Valley? Hey, Timothy. Yeah, no, I don't live in Summerlin. At one point, we did live off of Charleston and Durango. And there were some condos over there. But unfortunately for us, we got caught up in the adjustable rate mortgage scam. And we sold the place. And so no, I'm centrally located. If you know where Decatur is, I'm around the Decatur Spring Mountain area. You hear that the North has crime. Is there certain areas in the city you should avoid? So I did a video on this, AA 2018, and I did a video on how the stats came out. It's nationwide stats. And North Las Vegas was in one of the top 20 worst cities for crime, the robberies specifically. And so North Las Vegas is weird. We went to Aliente. Timothy knows where I'm at. He's gonna come to my house. We went to Aliente Casino, which was in North Las Vegas. It was a nice area, but Vegas is weird because you'll be driving and it's really not nice, and then all of a sudden, just like that, there's a gated neighborhood. The houses are really nice. So, yeah, I mean, I would avoid North Las Vegas, but it's not terrible compared to other cities. Vegas doesn't have a lot of really ghetto areas. Oops, look at that. This is my black cat. Don't send me a pizza, bro. I'm on a low-carb diet, Timothy. I really am. I started eating low-carb. I was eating a lot of junk. I used to be in good shape. Now I'm just in A shape. But anyways, so in terms of like, good. Look at that. My YouTube quit because the YouTube app has never been good on Android. In terms of bad neighborhoods versus good ones, the closer to the strip, the worse it's going to be. I probably would never want to live on a major street because, you know, it just, any city, pro tip for you, don't live on a major street where it's really busy, because anything that a person can just stop in front of your house, steal stuff and drive away with, that's a bad thing. This is my cat. So by the way, oh, he's so big, dude. He's huge. Look at this thing. This cat is 25 pounds and his name is Blackjack because he's black. And we found him. He was abandoned during the economic crash. I saw this little kitty in a window once, and I thought, oh, he's so adorable. And then a few weeks later, same little kitty's got gum all over him, and he's wandering around a parking lot, cold and crying. So I pick him up and I bring him home. The people who were looking after him, they left. And a lot of people left when they couldn't pay rents, and they abandoned the city. Now he's our 25-pound. We think he's a Bombay because he has copper eyes and he's completely black, but we have no idea of knowing. He's huge, man. If I had this on a tripod, I could show you. He's about 3 feet long. He's big. He's got these big, giant claws, but he's so gentle. And I love him. Okay. Anyways. Don't live in a major street out here. Don't live close to downtown or the strip if you don't have to. Although the Huntridge area is really nice. It's totally polarizing. Thank you, Timothy. The cat is adorable. It's really polarizing. If anybody wants to ask a question, do it, or else don't ever ask me another question. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't say that to you. Ask a question, though. I'd love to answer you. Huntridge is a weird area. Huntridge can be really nice, and there's like $400,000 homes there. It's a historical area of Vegas. It's one of the very first areas in Vegas. And then you have complete ghettos. Do you have to get your car smogged every year in Vegas? If so, how much is it? What about car registration? I hear it's expensive down there. So to answer that question, yes. So there are 2 areas in Nevada where you have to get your car smogged every year. One area is Washoe County. That's where Reno is. The other area is Clark County, which is where Las Vegas is, only because the populations are higher. Clark County has a population of 2 million. Washoe is a lot less, but still big. If you register your car outside of Clark County, you can always try that. If the cops pull you over and wonder why you're driving around with plates from somewhere in the middle of nowhere, you can always, if you're a good talker, get out of it. But they might tell you change your registration if they know where you live based on your driver's license. How much is it? I have my car registered somewhere else. No, that's not true. I think last time I did roll my registration for the smogging, it's like $50 in most places, I believe. I go to a place that's probably overcharging me. For registration, registration out here is less than California, but insurance rates are a lot higher. So that's the offset, right? So in California, insurance is really low, but you pay a lot more for registration. Out here, registration is lower, but you pay a lot more for insurance. And I have an older vehicle, so my registration is really low right now. I pay like $80 a year for that plate. Love your humor. Appreciate it, Timothy. I'm a single guy planning to visit Vegas in the fall, and I need a great deal on 3 days and nights with a buffet included. Yeah, I know Creo the Lone Traveler is making a timeshare joke, if I wasn't mistaken. He's joking about timeshare. It must be, because single guy. No, the joke is 3 days and 2 nights is a timeshare gift. If you weren't making a timeshare joke, I made it in my weird head. If you're coming in the fall and you need a deal, and you're a single guy, you could always try contacting the Marriott or the Hilton if you're members of their rewards program. They might put you on a timeshare tour, and you might get a killer deal at the Grand Chateau or the Elara. If not, go to hoteltonight.com. It's a good website. They have a lot of good deals, and they're different than Travelocity, Priceline, and Expedia. They have some hidden deals and stuff. It's not just for hotels tonight. You can rent a hotel anytime you want to rent a hotel. See if I can brighten up my image here a little bit. No, I'm making it darker. You could do that. Other than that, yeah. What else is there to talk about today? I think they say that live streams are good for your channel. I'm not sure. Security cameras in use. This is my Empire. I can flip the camera over and show you guys how far I am from the strip. Boom. Go camera go. So if I can zoom in, which I can't zoom in. Oh, I can. There's the Palms Hotel. And that's the only part of the strip you can really see. A20, do I feel there's going to be a housing crash in Vegas soon? I hear prices are going up and up down there. I hear rent is going up too. So yeah, we pay a little more. We pay a lot more for rents than we'd like. And it's unfortunate. We're trying to buy a house right now. It's a competitive market. But I have a friend who's a realtor, and he tells me that there's actually a problem with inventory right now. And he says that the inventory is not what they're reporting in the news. So it could be not a crash, but an adjustment. There's a difference. I mean, a crash is where somebody bought a house and it went up $150,000 in value, and then it crashes, and all of a sudden your house is not worth what you paid for it. Or you were stupid. Well, let's not call it stupid. You were careless and you got convinced by somebody to take out a line of credit or a mortgage on your house. And that's what happened here in 2008. In 2008, they had those adjustable rate mortgages, ARMs, and they still have ARMs. But they're used for short term, for people who are gonna like use it and leverage it as an investment. So it's a very low mortgage rate. You need very good credit, and if you do that right now. But back in the day, people took the adjustable rate mortgage loans, and then they did something called no-look loans. If anybody's interested, we built these planter boxes out here, and we're growing tomatoes and peppers. So people took these no-look loans where the banker would be like, oh, certainly, you guys definitely make more than that. You make a lot of tips as the Caesars Palace parking valet. Do you make $20,000 more in tips? We have some peppers here. These are mutant peppers. They're really big. And so people would be like, oh yeah, sure, I make $20,000 more. And then they'd get a loan they couldn't afford. And then their house was worth, maybe, I don't know, I'll use round numbers. They bought a $200,000 home flash forward, all of a sudden the $200,000 loan on the home, the realtor calls him up and says, hey, I pulled the comps in your area. Your house is worth about $350,000 within just a year or two. You should take a home equity line of credit and roll that into another property. And then that's what they did. And then they would buy another home. Thank you. So I'll explain the planter boxes in just a minute. So now that person had 2 homes with mortgages they couldn't afford, because they certainly couldn't afford the second home, which might have had a renter in it, but then everybody was coming out to Vegas and the rents were artificially high, and then when the market adjusted, everything went down. See how big he is? He's huge. And then all of a sudden, some people had 3, 4, 5, 6 homes. We met a guy that had 7 houses at one point, and he lost everything. He was doing a fire sale. I bought a nice pair of Bruno Magli shoes from him for $20. Those are expensive shoes. Black. He doesn't care about anything I say right now. So planter boxes, right? So we built planter boxes here. Just to show you guys this right here. Got to be careful of what I do show. My backyard's a mess. So these are just basic wood. It's nothing special. And we put down a coating of rocks, and the rocks we use were just the common red rocks you see around here. And I didn't put any kind of like plastic down, because the idea here is that you don't get a lot of grass growing through. I mean, we have a little bit of grass growing through, but you know, and this is a Bermuda grass, so it's like a weed. If I pull this out, oh geez, black widow spider. Holy crap, I do not like black widow spiders. Oh, 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 I'm freaked out right now. Guys, I have an arachnophobia, and black widows are not good because my cats can get bit and I can get bit. Oh God, let's take a look at that. Oh, no bueno. You guys see the black widow right there? What's up, Ivy? Hi from New York City. You watched my last replay. Thank you. Oh, I don't like that, dude. I'm gonna have to kill that spider, because if my black cat sticks his face in here, he could get bit real hard, and that's not cool. Yeah, I don't like spiders, by the way. They are not my friends. Okay, so a little bit of rocks in the bottom, and I don't usually. I mean, I'm freaked out of spiders. Not all insects. Little rocks in the bottom. Some soil that's made for organic produce. And anyways, so the trick is use long deck screws. You can buy screws that you can pre-drill, that will pre-drill for you, but you have to pre-drill these. You can buy pressure treated lumber, but you're gonna grow some food, so you want chemicals in your stuff. I use screws. I have furniture that I built up front. I can show you one of those too, that I built myself. It's the first furniture I ever built after this. I pre-drilled all the holes. The screws go into about there, and then I put the spacers inside here. If you're handy with tools, it's not hard. If you're not, then there's lots of different things on YouTube to show you this. And then they sit on the grass. You put rocks in there because you need drainage. Otherwise, it's going to grow mold here because the soil in Vegas has no drainage. I should carry a bottle of Raid. That's the first black widow I've seen here this year. It sucks. And then we bought these plants. These tomato plants were just cheap little $2 tomato plants. We have cherry tomatoes, big red ones, and everything like that. These are some hot banana peppers. My wife is from the Philippines, and she's an amazing cook. Over here I tried to grow marigolds. I failed. Sad planter box. I should put something in there, but it's so hot and late in the season that I can't deal with that. There was potatoes in here, actually. I didn't know what they were, and we had something because we put produce all inside here, right? And I did that so we could have some, well, the wife did it so we could have some kind of fertilizer. YouTube ideas. And then I said, what the heck is this? And we had something, and just finally I thought it wasn't growing anymore. I ripped it out yesterday, and we had giant potatoes in there, which is kind of funny if you say so myself. I'm gonna put the cat inside. I don't have my keys. Well, I can't go to the front. I'll show you that piece of furniture that I built. I don't want to trounce through my house. I have privacy issues. Like, I'm a sensible person, you know. By the way, if some people can like this video, that would help me. No one's liked it yet. I can't like my own video like I always do. You're supposed to like your own video onto YouTube's. This is a thing I built. Is it true that Henderson is better than Vegas? Ivy, it's really up to you. What do you think? If you like Henderson, you like Henderson. I like Henderson, but it's far away from Vegas. Thank you for the likes. You know, it's a far away place. If you're working in the city, it's about 20-30 minute drive. I did a video on Henderson, home values in Henderson. Education's not great everywhere, but that is what it is. Thanks, Timothy. I appreciate it. There's a third like. This is my furniture that I built. It's my first furniture. We built a much larger table that we painted. And this is only a few months old, and you can already see the cracks, you know. It only saw rain twice, but it saw a bunch of sun. But this one was for dining, and it just wasn't big enough. Just didn't cut it. We have other furniture. Thank you, Fast Black Rob. And then we're using outdoor paint and stuff like that. You know, that's my furniture. I didn't do too poorly considering it was one of the first things I ever built. All right, we had some more questions on the channel in the video. The questions are you concerned, terrible, with the Raider Stadium? Fans are known to be a rowdy bunch. Hopefully crime won't go up and become like Oakland. Thank you, Timothy, for the compliment on the table. Am I concerned? I think the city of Las Vegas has a lot more to lose by people getting out of control. And I think that being as an entertainment city, they probably won't let that happen. So there's a good chance that, you know, they will end up being really, really controlled on that stuff and not letting it happen as much. I'm not sitting next to the Black Widow spider. I refuse to do it. You can't make me. Am I concerned that the crime's going to be like Oakland? No. Come on. Oakland is a huge city. And although there's a lot of good people that come from Oakland, there's a lot of bad elements in Oakland, and there's a lot more low income, unfortunately, and there's a lot more access to there's less access. There's a lot more poverty in California. Let's just put it that way. Like, I saw this video where this lady was talking about how bad Vegas was and the homeless people, and she moved here from Chicago and ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. But in California, so okay, I'm rambling on. Let me explain it to you this way. I come from a town called Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Thumbs up if you like Canadians. No thumbs up. Ha! Because everybody else already watching, I only have one more viewer. But it's super cold where I was, right? Like, cold. The hottest day ever was 35 degrees or something like that. Thanks for the extra thumbs up. And the coldest days were 50 below Celsius, which is about 50 below Fahrenheit. Not a lot of homeless people. But if you went to Vancouver, where it never really snowed, it was a lot easier to be homeless, with a lot more liberal mindset, so more access to programs for drug addicts and stuff. People would go there. And that's what California has: better weather, no snow, it's not an intense hot desert. So I think a lot of people go to California if they plan on doing that lifestyle. And I'm not putting down that person for doing that. They're just doing what they have to do. You see, because like, God, I shouldn't get political. I'm going to get myself in trouble. But they say that there's a few different levels of homeless people. There's like temporarily homeless, which is somebody who just loses their place by no fault of their own, and then they have to sleep on someone's couch. And then there's like a chronically homeless, which is in and out of stuff. And then there's permanently homeless, which are people that just, they give up for whatever reason and they can't do it anymore in their heads. So that's what California has, a lot of chronically homeless folks. I don't think it's going to be as bad as here. I think that the security will be ridiculous. I'm answering your question in a really long way. Because I remember I worked near the MGM. Beware Raiders fans, don't throw your cigarette on the ground. $1,000 fine. Yeah, man, they're pretty tight on stuff, but they're pretty liberal on tourism as well. I mean, okay, so going back to what I was saying, I recall that I work near the MGM Grand Garden Arena. One of the managers at the sales company that I work for, hey Gary, thank you Gary. If you haven't liked the video, like the video too. That'd be helpful. Ask a question if you want, Gary, I'll answer it for you. It can be about me, it can be about being from Canada, it can be about Vegas, it can be about what I do for a living, whatever. I'd like to answer questions for a while. So anyways, MGM just laid off a lot of people. Do you know if now it's difficult to get a job in hospitality? No, Ivy, it's not that hard. I have a friend who's, I have to finish my thought. Anyways, Ivy, I'll get back to you in a second. MGM Grand has the Garden Arena, and after the October 1st shooting incident, the first major event was the American Country Music Awards, I think it was, and there were snipers on the roof. It was ridiculous. Vegas takes security very seriously because of our reputation of a place for people to go and kick back in America's playground. So I don't think it's going to get out of hand. I think Oakland has way more people. I think that Oakland has more homeless folks, I'm afraid, and that sucks for them, and I hope they can straighten out all that. So Ivy asked if it's going to be harder to get a job in hospitality, seeing as MGM Resorts International laid off a bunch of people a few months back. I don't think so. MGM is focusing a lot on their mobile Alabama, mobile apps at MGM Grand. And so they claimed in their earnings call, because they're a public company, that they had to do that in order to make way for their mobile division. What I think MGM expects is that in places like Atlantic City, New Jersey, where gaming just became legal, they're going to push their sports books around a lot, and they already have mobile gambling here on the sports betting. So you can be sitting in Vegas watching a Raiders game in your house, as long as your device is in a Nevada IP and it's all kosher. You can bet on sports in your house, kind of thing. At least I think that's what it is. But the big one is William Hill Sportsbook, because they're from the UK and they're just huge on the mobile stuff, but they're in the smaller casinos. But I think when MGM does stuff, they don't think about the experience as much, because they do have their big properties like the Aria and stuff. But I think the future of Vegas, it's hard to say. People want a luxury product at like a champagne price, and MGM is like, they're really nickel and diming people right now. And I don't think it's going to last forever, that they can charge for parking. And Caesars is doing the same thing. There's a placard that somebody posted up on Reddit, and it said, please be aware that the mini bar will incur a $75 charge to your bill if you put your personal refreshments in the mini bar. Meaning that you can't even go to the ABC store and buy a bottle of water and put it in your mini bar without having to pay $75. That's not a hospitality place. And all it's going to take is like one jurisdiction to like make it better. Like if Mexico ever legalized gambling in casinos, Vegas would be in big trouble, I think, because all those Californians would just go down south of the border to go to a casino where they're not going to screw people over as much. And you know, the Philippines has legalized gambling, and you know, so does Macau, China. And most people don't know this, but the Native American casinos in California, the state of California, had more gaming revenues a few years back than the state of Nevada did. But that was after the crash. But the point is, some of those casinos are just huge. Ask a question if you have one. My cat is walking, and I'm going to put him inside because I don't want him doing anything rash or stupid. We have stray cats in our neighborhood, and you know what? Yeah, he wants to go in. I'm not going to show you the inside of my house. Hold on a sec. Go inside. There you go. Now he's inside. Does it snow in Las Vegas? How is monsoon season? I hear places actually flood. Is it really bad? Okay. So, hey, good question. I did a video on rain in Vegas in January. Monsoon season can be really bad. I've seen some rainstorms that would make your head spin that are really terrible. But for the most part, it rains. It pours for a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just some rain. But it does flood because the ground, that's mesquite wood behind me. I thought it was really clever. We had a windstorm, so that box is sitting there like it's really, really ratty looking. Hey, if you're new to the video, please click on the thumbs up button for me. Speaking of wood and wet things, that's my mesquite wood I'm trying to dry out in the sun, because we thought, hey, we're real smart. We don't have to buy firewood, which we ended up doing. We'll just get this mesquite. You can't burn mesquite unless it's dried out, dummy. I didn't know any better. When it rains, it gets really, really slick really quickly. And they run ads for, you know, don't dare drive through it and stuff like that, because people's cars die out. And I've been caught in some pretty bad flooding type situations, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Does it snow here? Well, it snowed here in February, I think, of this year. I did a really long video, like 20 minutes long on it. It was the worst thing in the world to edit because my PC died, and I had to, oh God, that's the spider. I hate that thing. I'm gonna kill it. I wonder if I sweep the webs away, if it'll just go away. It's scary. I don't like spiders, guys. They're my arch nemesis. Never liked them, and I don't know why I have that irrational fear. I knew there was going to be a spider over there, and I saw the frickin' spider webs, but I didn't think. I'm not killing it on camera. I'll probably violate some touchy-feely YouTube rule and be... I'm not even monetized yet, you understand? I don't want to do anything wrong. I don't curse on video. I don't do any of that stuff. People don't even understand how crazy YouTube is. Like, for example, I do a video. It takes all of my words, runs them through artificial intelligence, figures out what I'm saying, so you can go and click on closed caption and see a transcript. I'm not uploading transcripts. I should. Apparently it helps with search engine optimization, but yeah, I can't say anything. You can't say anything nowadays on YouTube wrong because they get mad at you. Don't take a chance letting the spider live. No, I'm not going to do that. YouTube spider police might be watching. Trust me, there will be one person, I don't get political, there'll be one person, that person you know, that will say, you killed a spider, bro. That's it, I'm flagging your video for inhumane acts. And then before you know it, I'm done for. I'm nuked off the platform forever. Is that what you want? That's not what I want. Well, I just thought I would do this video. 31 minutes. I'm actually killing time to walk back to the grocery store because even though my wife knew I was going to the store, when I got home she said we're out of soda. And I said, okay, well, since my first live stream died because of the heat. Literally, dude, I got this phone I'm talking to you on. It's a Pixel 3 XL because today my phone died. My old Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus, and I'm like, I'm not in a position to buy a new phone, but I have to have a phone for everything, right? I went to the Verizon store. I got her first brand new phone because she's always been like sweet enough to use hand-me-downs because we support our family in the Philippines, so we send most of our resources there. Just a few weeks ago, I bought my godson who's going into dental school, who sorely needs a phone after his broke, a brand new Galaxy S9, and it was cheaper than buying it here, ironically enough. Now I'm buying 2 new phones, and my new phone died on me today because of the heat. As I was walking doing the live stream, people are in there, they're all active, they're all chatty. Well, not to say you guys aren't great. Timothy was there and you were there, and then my phone said phone is getting too hot, some functions may not work correctly. I'm like, all right, I'm riding this train into the sunset. Does that make sense? And then all of a sudden, my wireless connection died. Like I had the no signal, and then it just wouldn't come back on. And I guess that's what happens when this particular phone gets too hot. I hear Vegas is no place to raise a family, which I understand, but is it really bad? Are the neighborhoods pretty quiet once you get away from the strip? Well, let's see. Let's see what the neighborhoods are like. Are there any Black Widows over here? Here's a neighborhood right now. There you go. Pretty quiet. You know, pretty chill. This old truck, this old antique. Yep. I mean, it's a neighborhood. You know, there's a little office down there. So, is Vegas a place to raise a kid? Well, I don't know. I mean, is National City, California a place to raise a kid? Because I'd live in National City in a heartbeat, because that's a cool place with lots of military and stuff, but some people don't like it. You could put your kid in charter school. You could homeschool your kid if you had the ability to do so, or you could put him in a private school, or you can throw him in the public education system, which we all know is a bad idea. And I am not happy that the Raiders Stadium is taking all that money that they could have thrown into education. But it's a funny thing, education, right? So I went to school in a different country. I went to school in Canada, and I'm sure you guys don't care to know it. If you care to know it, leave a comment right there where I'm looking. I'll see the comments right there. Comments. But where I'm at, you know, like, you pay a lot more taxes in Canada. Top income earners get paid not as well, and then they get taxed tremendously. But out here, like, we take our tax revenues and we put them into the school system. The Clark County School District has this giant report they do every year on the budgets, and the budget keeps going up every year. But the classes are overloaded, and then they have language barriers, so a lot of kids are not able to learn properly, and it's a tough balancing act for everybody out here. It really is like a very multicultural type city. But if you put your kid at a charter school, put him into a public school, it's up to you. People have no right to choose their schools, unfortunately, out here. It's not like that. You can't choose to drive your kid across town if you live in one neighborhood because the home prices are only 200 grand, but you want to put them in the school where this, the houses are worth 400 grand. You can't do that. But it's funny because I do web design and marketing, and somebody asked me, do you know how to do Photoshop? And I said, I do. I learned it when I was in 10th grade. So what do you mean? I said, well, where I'm from, they put the name of businesses on buildings that are schools, and then those companies pay money to the school for the free advertising. It's not a huge ad. It's just right up there where it would say, come to our pep rally on the 4th of August or whatever. There's no school on the 4th of August. But right where they would put like the thing about the schools doing, like Parent-Teacher Day, May 3rd. Then they put a company up there, and then the companies pay money to the schools, and the schools take that stuff and allocate it or earmark it or whatever accounting term it is to just do stuff with it for the kids. Now, I don't know why we don't do that here, but I know they do stuff like that in Texas. They have what are called private P3s, private public partnerships. And that's where our company, hey, 2 more people. Hey, if you're new, you can rewind, but I'm live now, but you can go watch a replay. I talked about 1,000 subscribers, thank you. And also throw me a like and ask me a question. 2 new subscribers. 2 new subscribers, go ahead. Yeah, I don't know why we don't do it. I think there might be some kind of silly law against doing that. And anyways, I was saying in Texas they have these things called P3s, public-private partnerships, where it's like we need to build a road. So let's get with a company and build a road, and we'll split the cost, or we'll pay that company to do it. And if they finish it ahead of schedule, they get a bonus. And now things are built ahead of schedule, on time, and under budget. If they finish under budget, they get a bonus. That's a good thing to do. I'm a big fan of private industry, but I don't want to get political. Let's see, where did my chat go? Are people pretty friendly in Vegas? What's your take on the people down there? Everyone here is from somewhere else, and unfortunately, depending on where you live, it's always going to be the same. People can be friendly, people can be unfriendly. If you go to nice things with nice people, people are nice, but even then you get the grouchy guys in between. It depends on the time of the year. In the summertime, it can be a little bit harder to be like super cheery, but I'd say people are nice here. They're not as nice as in really small towns where everybody knows each other, but I would say people here aren't mean. I don't see a lot of mean people, although I've met a few mean people. Sometimes I'm a mean person myself, but aren't we all? But yeah, Vegas lacks a sense of community in a lot of ways. If you want a sense of community, you can try to live in Boulder City. That's incredibly hard to do because there's hardly any homes down there, and it's the only place in Nevada without gaming and gambling. But I'm running out of things to say, so if you guys want to know anything about me, you can ask me. I'm not against answering you. But I'm glad I was able to do this live stream, and thank everybody for 1,000 subscribers. I have to kill. Oh, my neighbors in Summerlin are nice. No one listens to. One listens to Slipknot a little loud. Okay. Oh, John Shock. Hey, John, how you doing? Give me a thumbs up on the video if you could. Not on the video, but on the video. You get what I mean. I haven't been out to the stadium, the ballpark yet. The only time I ever had any professional baseball experience was when I walked past Petco Park by the San Diego Convention Center. Talk about a scary neighborhood. That was sketchy as hell. I went to Comic-Con one year. I met Lou Ferrigno, and I was like, Lou, and I said, Lou Ferrigno, and he didn't turn around. I was like, hey Lou, why you gotta be a jerk? And then I found out he was deaf. That last part didn't happen, but I didn't know he was deaf. I didn't call him a jerk. He's deaf. He couldn't hear me, but he was cool. His hands are like the size of a baseball glove. That's a sketchy neighborhood. The other experience I had with pro baseball was I got to go to a, hey, look at who it is. My friend Let Your Light Shine down in Henderson. How you doing, young lady? I got to go to a Blue Jays game. It was 1992, 91. What year was the Barcelona Olympics? 92, right? Yeah, Seoul, Korea in 88. Ben Johnson cheated, 92. Barcelona. And I went to a Blue Jays game, and they beat the Minnesota Twins. And then they won the World Series for the second time. And everybody was mad at them. but now the Raptors win basketball championships. But I haven't been to the Aviator Stadium. I'm answering your question in a very long fashion. No, I haven't been there yet. I want to go. I was just a stone's throw from there the other day. It's out in Hughes Center. And it looks pretty awesome. The issue is, though, I think by having that here, they completely shot themselves in the foot to get a pro baseball franchise, because Major League Baseball is not going to put a minor league team here with 10,000 seats plus a major league team here. And then the owner of the Aviators was like, you're just going to have to buy me out if you want to put a pro sports franchise here. And I thought that was a pretty nasty way to be, because current mayor Carolyn Goodman wants to have a pro baseball team here. I don't think it would work. That's just my opinion. You mentioned the Nevada Share Energy Program. Is it available for everyone, or is there an income requirement? I worry about having a huge electric bill during the summer. Okay. I'll get to you in a sec, Gary B. It's available to everybody. There are some other ways to save energy out here. One way to save energy... Huh? My wife asking me if my cat's out here. The other way to do the Energy Share program, apply for it. It's based on the previous 12 months of your energy usage, and then it breaks down your bill into an average throughout the course of the year. If you're moving into a house where you don't have history, though, and the previous persons that were living there were energy fiends, they're going to base it on the previous 12 months, so it might be a little high for you. So some people will come out here and try to keep their bills low and then have an average, and then they reassess you every single year. There's another way to save energy, though, if you can't do that at first, is that NV Energy will come out and they will install a smart thermometer in your house professionally for you. You don't have to do it yourself. And then what they'll do is they'll throttle your temperature, so if they expect it's going to get to a certain heat level, for a few hours before that, they cool your house down for about an hour, and then they don't raise your temperature, but they stop your AC from working during the heat part. And they say that you don't feel any difference. But then you have to have the beast, the grid, controlling your power. So that's another thing. Other than that, electric fans are really good. I don't think I'm buffering. I shouldn't be. Let me double check. I'm going to go back to closer to my house. I shouldn't be buffering. Other than that, you know, you can get fans, electric fans. You can black out your windows. We put shelving paper and drapes up so our windows are not getting constant sun on them. That's a good thing. Oh, he wasn't asking, are you? He was saying you are. I should have a better signal now, guys. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. What else do we got here? Oh, I have a missed call. I got to see who that was. No, it's just an old missed call. Okay. I'm from Buffalo. I spent a lot of time at the Erie, Canada. Love the racetrack. Yeah, Gary, I grew up in Niagara Falls, Canada as a kid. And I remember going to Fort Erie, and there's the Welland Canal and stuff like that. And I love Buffalo, man. Tim Horton. It's an East Coast thing. You guys wouldn't get it if you're not from the East Coast. But Tim Horton played on the Buffalo Sabres, and he died in a tragic car wreck one day. Did I answer your question, A 2018? Let me know if you got all of it. If I was buffering too bad, I'll go back to it. Anyways, this is a hockey player that was traveling one day from, he was on the Buffalo Sabres going to Toronto, and he died in a horrible, tragic car accident. And now there's a donut shop named after him. But they have something called the Tim Hortons Children's Foundation, which puts underprivileged or maybe dying children into... He's inside. I'm doing my live stream right now. My wife is saying, where's the cat? Oh, by the way, honey, there is a giant black widow spider over there in that thing, and it freaked me out, and I'm on camera, and I looked like a total wuss. Yeah, it's not funny. I'm still on camera. I know, it sucks. Anyways, there, Buffalo. I never went to the Sabres. Never had the ability to. We just didn't have the means to do it. Plus, my old man was afraid of driving past Rochester, New York for some reason. And I have friends from Buffalo. Buffalo's a nice city. I had a friend who had a shirt, and he said, I'm from Buffalo. It's a drinking town with a football problem. And I still remember watching Jim Kelly get all the way to the end for all those years. And I sure hope that this team is in that team, because I need to see him win a Stanley Cup. All right, so I see 12 people, 5 likes. It's been 45 minutes. I'm not a marathon man. I can't stream this forever. But I will leave you off with this. If you guys want me to do these live streams, my new plan of action is this. If you got all the way to the end, wow, you're a super fan. I'm going to start putting some more links in my video comments, so you should look for those. I'm going to start doing, thanks for the 6 like, well, 2 to 1 like ratio to viewers is not bad. I'm going to start doing new videos when I hit 300 views. I've stopped promoting a lot of my stuff on Facebook and Reddit because I don't want to spam. It's just not nice. But when I do something good, I like to share it. But I'm getting about 300 views in a few days. So what I'll do is when I get to 300 views, I'll do another video. And I'll try to do live streams on Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But it's cool enough now that I can walk to the store and buy soda for the wife. Or as they call it, do they call it pop out in Buffalo, Gary? They called it pop when I was a kid. Sody pop is not what we call it. We call it pop. So when I go to the store and get a pop. Pop. My mother and my brother still call it pop. I call it soda because I fit in like a chameleon wherever I go. I don't think I've sounded Canadian the whole time, have I? I can sound Canadian if you like. Pop in Chicago. Boom. Hey, Ebony Jones, how you doing? Throw me a like if you can. Appreciate you. It's weird because if you go to some parts of New England, they have the Canadianism, and they say oot in a boot. Oh, what you doing, eh? But I don't talk like that anymore. Yeah. Keep energy low for the first year, then apply after the second year to keep it low. If you move to a new property, do you have to reassess again, or is it based on your previous use? So that's a good question. Let me tell you about when we moved from a 700 square foot condo to a 1,600 square foot house. Turns out that the person who was living here before had a full-on woodworking garage in his garage. They never used the garage to park the car. So he had, and I'm saying industrial strength, like that guy could do anything for you. He'd make furniture to make your head spin. And, all right, I'm back. I was automatically on the program. They just put me on the old rates for some reason, which was really nice of them. I asked them if I could get the old rates. They said, no, it's based on the previous resident. And then when I called in and I said, how come my bill's only $58? They said, oh, you're automatically enrolled. So, oh, okay. And I just ran with it. And so what I was talking about there too is if you want to keep your rates low, you can opt in to have a smart thermometer that they own, that they install, and it monitors. And when they think there's going to be a super hot day, right before the hottest part of the day, which is typically around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, they actually cool your house down for an hour. And then they kind of stop your ability to run your air conditioner during that peak time. But because they've cooled your house down, they claim that it doesn't really affect the inside temperature of your house, and that in that they can save you money on your bill. I don't know if that's true because, like I mentioned before, I'm not going to have the local energy utility able to control my stuff. It's bad enough that I wanted to get a Nest thermometer until Google had an outage for a few hours, and it turns out people weren't even able to change their temperature thermostat in their houses because of the Nest outage. It was ridiculous. So all this smart technology we have, who knows, right? I don't know what to tell you. So let's just sum this up. Well, I could go an hour. We have 12 minutes. Nobody's at. You guys are great. The people that are asking me are great. Thank you for asking me questions. I'm going to be doing a new video when I hit 300 views on my previous video. Oh, there's Las Vegas. Oh, Timothy, peace out. Looking forward to your next post. See you around. Thank you. Go Knights, go. Pop, Gary, I knew it. Does Las Vegas have bad attitudes like New Yorkers? Ivy, everybody here is from New York. No, I'm just kidding. I know so many people from the East Coast, from Philadelphia, from New Jersey, Atlantic City especially, because they come out here to do timeshare and sales and stuff like that, or they're in entertainment. I know so many people from New York. Thanks for the answers. Yeah, no problem, man. Hey, man, come on, dude. Jacob's got 35,000 subscribers. He's building an empire for himself. Hey, he did a video similar to mine. I did a video about the hottest times to visit and move, and then he did a similar video. Great minds think alike. I'm sure he doesn't watch my channel, so I don't suspect that he copied me or nothing like that. I just thought it was weird how that happens. It's like when George Harrison makes My Sweet Lord and then gets sued because it's basically a rip-off of a song, but he claims he never heard it. Turns out you can hear things without hearing them, see? Okay, wait. Bad attitudes? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you mean by that. I have this theory on that, right? My theory is that the bigger the population you have to live in, the more guarded you are. So people from small towns, they don't have to deal with the hustle and bustle and the BS of everyday life, right? What does this button do? Oh, look, I can change my colors. Okay. Now I'm in black and white. It's the scary part. People with like people that live in big cities, I think a lot of them, they have to be guarded and they have to be constantly on the lookout for a house, right? And if you're from a small town, you don't have to. And then I've met people from Boston, Massachusetts. Some of them are super nice. A lot of them are not. And I even called out a lady once. I'm like, let me ask you a question, ma'am, because I do my timeshare thing. And I was like, look, your husband doesn't even want to say anything to me. You're not going to go on my timeshare tour, but what's with the thing? Because I've had people from Mass, and she was cool. She was like, oh, it's just the way we are. It's just the way we're raised. You know, some people are raised that way, I guess. It's cultural. And believe it or not, America's, I'm telling you this from an outsider's perspective. Been here since 2004, but America's like a really interesting, divergent place. I mean, because I go to the Philippines with my wife, and we're Filipino. We speak 5 million dialects, one official national language plus English. Okay, that's a thing, but they still don't have massive cultural differences unless you're from the one big city, which is Manila, compared to the provinces. In Canada, it's like yeah, there's people in Canada that are from the East Coast, but there's not a lot of them. But America is very culturally diverse. People from Texas have Texas values, and people from the South are Southern. They like Coca-Cola, that kind of stuff. I do bad accents all day long. And then you got the New Easterners, the New Englanders from the Northeast, and then you have the Pacific Northwest. Tell me, how different is Portland from New York City? And people in Portland are nice, but then you meet a jerk once in a while. But they can be cool. No matter where you go, you can get jerks once in a while. Gary B, are you a Buffalo Bills fan? Aren't they in the AFC? Are you gonna come to Vegas to watch a game? I'm a Niners guy, so it doesn't really matter to me unless it's some preseason matchup that no one cares about, or if it's the one time every 4 years or something they're gonna play here. But yeah, so man, that's a big compliment saying I'm better than Jacob. I'm not trying to be better than anybody. I just want to kind of make my own way and do a channel. And my ultimate goal, I'll tell you in the last few minutes of this podcast, is that if I can do really, really well, we watch this one guy in New York City, and he went on to get huge for himself. He was doing blogs on New York City, and then he ended up, I don't know, his channel just went kaboom, because I guess there's probably more people interested in New York than Vegas. But then now he goes all over the world and does all sorts of stuff, and gets paid to go around and travel. That would be a cool lifestyle to live. My wife's from the Philippines. I'm from Canada. And I just love all three places for different reasons. I love Vegas. This was the place where I was able to get a job when no one would hire me and learn a skill and learn marketing and sales. And now I'm trying to do my web design and SEO services, and trying to learn how to deal with clients and meet their needs and everything like that. And if I can turn a new chapter of my life open, and I can do something that helps people out, that's all that matters. Even though I do timeshare, I try to help people out. I try to get them what they want, make their vacation better for themselves, show them the options for when they travel. And if they don't buy into it, that's cool. And they're still my friends. I'll still answer a million questions about Vegas for you. I've always tried to learn a little bit about where I am. And your Wikipedia, you can wiki almost any resort, any casino in Vegas, and you can learn all this stuff. A really good book that I have, it's called Super Casino. Super Casino was written in like the mid 90s, and it's the story focused mostly on the Luxor, but it tells about how Vegas went from being just a couple of hotels to mobsters to what it is today. No, that's not true. To what it was when they first started getting built. Hey George, George L. from Wisconsin. I'm planning to go to Las Vegas. What recommended to visit for going for the first time? Well, go on the Wikipedia page for Las Vegas and look at all the photos. Oh, he refused to answer your questions. Maybe he's just busy. I've commented on Jake. I'm going to answer your question in a minute right now, George, but let me just answer A8 2018. I don't know about Jacob in terms of answering questions, because I've commented on his videos. I always try to comment on everybody's video, even if I'm busy and I have the YouTube Studio app that tells me your comment. I give you a thumbs up or something, but he seems busy. I mean, his channel's growing. My channel's lucky enough to grow at the rate I grow. So, maybe he just didn't hear your question. I tell you, my finger keeps doing this. It's annoying, but These questions are not easy. I mean, they come up on here and they disappear. If I'm staring over here, I won't see them. Hey, George. Okay, so George from Wisconsin, what I recommend you do is you go on the Wikipedia for Las Vegas, you take a look at the photos. There's going to be a photo collage for most cities. It shows different things. And if you can stay on the main tourist strip, see as much as you can of those places. Circus, Caesar's Palace, the Forum Shops. Try to get down to the Las Vegas sign. Go downtown to Fremont Street, see the Fremont Street experience. Go to the Bellagio, look at the conservatory. Go to the Bellagio front desk, get the show schedule so you can see the show that you like, because they have a schedule. Most people don't know that. And make sure that you see all the big hotels. And there's a lot. You go to TripAdvisor. You can type in free attractions Las Vegas, and you can get all the different free attractions in Vegas that don't cost you a penny. Make sure you go down to the New York, see the Statue of Liberty. Go down to the park at MGM, see the park at MGM. See a show. Pick a circus show that's within your budget. I do the timeshare thing. If you're coming in, you want to contact me, you can. Just let me know in the comment of I don't know how you contact me at this point because I'm live. But I know I can talk with you some more if you want to do a Vegas consultation. You want to ask me some questions on text message or email. We're cool with that. But yeah, lots of free stuff. Just type in free attractions Vegas. The Bills are my team, and they're actually starting to get interesting. Matter of fact, when I was in Vegas a month ago, I got him. You got a 50-1. That's a good bet. If they win the division, that would be awesome. I think the Niners are going to do okay this year. Annihilation YouTube asked me if I'm a Raiders fan. I'm a fan of any team where I live. I'm going to follow the team. I'm a Bo Jackson fan. There it is. That's the answer. I just figured it out. When I was in Mexico, my uncle said, now, I was single at the time, if any women ask you if you're Catholic, like, the girls, you say, my mother was Catholic. No? Yes? But, no, I mean, I'll follow the Raiders. I'll be a fan for the AFC. And in the dream world, the AFC will meet the NFC, and the Raiders will play the Niners, and I'll be happy either way. But yeah, man, the Vegas Raiders are going to be the you-know-what in it. I'm trying to get a hold of the manager of the Raiders Preview Center, but they don't seem to be very get-a-holdable. I'd like to go in there and do video and stuff, because it's like, oh, it's so slick. That Preview Center makes me want to be a Raiders fan. It sells the team so well. They hired the best, smartest marketing person down there. So, guess what, guys? I got to turn off the live stream. It's been an hour. You're all very awesome for being part of my subscriber base, and all I ask people to do is this, okay? It's not just a me thing. If there's a YouTube creator that you like, make sure you subscribe to them. You tap that bell so you know when they're going to do it. Now, recently YouTube said all notifications are personalized. Do the all notifications when it has an option. And then like their video. Even if you don't even, just watch the video for 2 seconds and like the video. It's optimal if you watch the whole video, because we like longer watch times. But like the video and leave them a comment, because the way it works is that YouTube judges a channel based on a few things. Watch time, like duration. Okay, so for me it's better to do a 4-minute video and have somebody watch 3 minutes of it than to do a 25-minute long video and have somebody watch 10 minutes of it. Right, watch time, percentages wise, 80% or so versus less than 50. Like the video, or dislike it. It doesn't matter either way. It's still an interaction. And leave a comment, and that's it. Because those things tell YouTube, hey, this person is eliciting a response in the audience. And then if the video you're watching is on, I don't know, how to grow succulents. These are succulents. So if that's the video you're watching on how to grow succulents, other people are probably interested in that, and they've watched other videos, so then that video channel is going to be shown in a related videos box, which is how I kind of got my Raiders video to catch fire a little bit, and it's how we have to play the game. So make good content if you're a creator. If you like that creator, just support them. I don't make any money off my videos. I can't get accepted into the YouTube monetization network for some reason. Apparently I qualify because I have 5,000 hours of watch time as opposed to 4 and 1,000 subscribers, which are you people, which are so awesome. But they just haven't approved me yet, so I do these videos for free, which is really funny because there's a guy named Craigo that comes on my channel who one day said something to the effect of, you're just saying that to your gain. There's no gain, brother. I'm just making a video to help people out. And yeah, the videos are here to help you guys. And it's 1 hour. So with that, it's getting late. I have a bunch of web work to do for some clients, and then I got to get up tomorrow and face the heat of the day. And I also have to make a phone call, I just realized. And I'm really late on that phone call. So thanks for watching, sharing, liking, subscribing. I'm Steven. I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a full-time Vegas resident. I moved here from Calgary, Canada. I love this city. If you're just popping in for the first time, I'm done, but I'll be back on Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Not in this backyard. I'll go to the strip and do something. And I might have to be in a building because it might be too hot to run my phone without it dying on me. Make sure you subscribe. You know when I do my live videos, Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Thanks, guys, for watching. You guys are the best people in the world. I mean it. I love every single one of you for being who you are. Be cool. Bye-bye.